Hello! I'm back! Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my second trimester recap. My hair does not want to stay in the frame today, but that is okay. Right now I am actually well into my third trimester, so I'm playing a little bit of catch up, but I did want to document my second trimester and just share my experience with all of you. So I have my notes on my phone and I'm just gonna go through them. For me, my second trimester was about the end of May to early September. So it was basically like end of spring through the majority of summer. So notable parts of my second trimester. So it started out, I don't know if you've seen my gender reveal video yet. If you haven't, definitely check it out. I can leave it linked below in the description, but that was basically on the cusp of the end of my first trimester, leading into my second trimester. So in my notes here I have that we found out the gender of our baby, and we're having a girl. So that was a really exciting way to kind of just kick off my second trimester. In this trimester, we also shared the news with both of our families. So we really wanted to do it in person, just given our history of loss. And we just wanted to share the excitement with them face to face. And so I shared the news, well, we shared the news with my immediate family. And then a month later, we had our like gender reveal that you saw on this channel. And we traveled for the 4th of July to see Tyler's family, which was really fun. And it was super hot. We went to Arizona. I somehow was okay. Just stayed hydrated, you know. That was a really fun part of our second trimester too. And I had just really started having a bump, so people actually started recognizing that I was pregnant and they would congratulate me like in the airport and things like that. So that was fun. It's funny because, you know, you go from trying to hide it in your first trimester, maybe early second trimester, and then there comes a time where you're like on the borderline of being able to hide it and not. And I was definitely like passing that point as I progressed through my second trimester. So yeah, that was really cool. I also went to my good friend's wedding, which was a lot of fun. So I actually did a fair bit amount of travel in my second trimester, which is good. That's really the time to do it. I went on a total of 3 trips, 2 by plane and 1 by car throughout my second trimester, now that I think about it. So yeah, that's kind of a lot considering it's only like 3 months. Yeah, so that was really cool and just really special getting to share the news with friends in person who I don't get to see all that often. And let's see, so we also had our anatomy scan in my second trimester, where it's basically like a very in-depth ultrasound, checking all of baby's measurements, making sure everything looks good, and yeah, everything went well, and we got to see our daughter's face for the first time, which was just like, I don't even have words for that moment. It was truly incredible. Like, I would say my second trimester really highlighted the fact that like I am growing an actual human being inside of me, like in my womb, and just seeing her actual face, it was unbelievable. Yeah, really special moment. I also wrote I had felt her kick from the outside for the first time, so being able to just actually touch my belly and feel her kicks versus just feeling movement happening on the inside. So that was cool because then I could share that with Tyler, who you know, obviously is not feeling her moving from the inside. So that was really cool to be able to start sharing those moments with him. I also bought some big ticket items during my second trimester, like our glider, which we got from Wayfair, and we did not go with an expensive one at all, and we're super happy with it. I'll see if I can link it in the description in case you're interested, but yeah, I think it was like 200 bucks. And so far we are happy with it. It fits our current life circumstances really well. We also got our stroller during a summer sale. So one hack that I just have to share, because I got this tip from a mom in the What to Expect forums, like through their app. She said to buy big ticket items from Bloomingdale's during their buy more save more sales, because you can get a lot of money back on your purchase that you can put towards something else. So I was super grateful to have been able to have done that, and we bought our stroller during one of those sales, and we got like hundreds of dollars back in Bloomingdale's credit to be able to put towards another purchase, which we chose to purchase our crib and also crib sheets with that credit, and it really helped a lot. It didn't cover our crib entirely. I mean, we got it basically half off. So that was really, really helpful. And if you are like me and you like a deal, definitely recommend doing that. We ended up choosing the Babyletto Yuzu crib, which is a convertible crib. It has 8 stages, so it goes from bassinet all the way to like toddler bed. And for us, I really just wanted to buy one piece of furniture that would work for our daughter, especially given our current living situation. We live in a pretty small space right now, and I just wanted something that would allow us the room to grow. And so I'm super grateful to have been able to get that, especially using those credits. So yeah, definitely recommend that. Towards the end of my second trimester, we went on a baby moon, which is super exciting, and I'm so glad we were able to go. We chose to go to Solvang, which is, I think, like what, an hour north of Santa Barbara, something like that. It's up there, up the coast, and then inland. And yeah, it was just really special. It was fun to get away together. We knew that it was essentially going to be our last trip before baby gets here, and I was 28 weeks when we went, and I wouldn't really recommend going on a trip past 28 weeks, and it was only like a what, like 2-hour drive for us. Yeah, especially if you're having some symptoms like fatigue, which I'm gonna touch on in a second. But yeah, it was really fun. It was just cool to have a new experience together, and I'm very grateful we were able to take even just a couple nights. We went over like Labor Day weekend. Even just having that time together was so valuable. So clearly you can hear, okay, I'm just gonna get into it. Now I want to kind of get into like my symptoms throughout my second trimester. I'm just going to start with this one because you can hear it, which is rhinitis. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but congestion from pregnancy. My voice has completely changed. I am, like, you can hear me sniffling, so sorry. But yeah, that has been pretty constant throughout. I mean, I'm in my third trimester and I still have it, so yeah, that has definitely been a symptom I've experienced, especially at night. I sometimes in my second trimester, like, I would have trouble breathing lying down at night, on top of insomnia, so that was really fun. I still had some nausea occasionally. Early on in my second trimester, I would say I had a case of like the SI, like tailbone pain, where like I could not walk for a couple days. Like, it was extremely painful, and looking back, I probably should have gone to see a chiropractor at that point. I did end up going to see a chiropractor, but in my 3rd trimester, so I'll save that for my 3rd trimester recap video. But yeah, if you're having that kind of pain, definitely seek help, because Tyler basically had to do everything for me for like 2 days. And it was extremely painful. I started getting like itchy sometimes, especially like on my belly or on my chest. That can happen, so it happened to me. I also found out that I had pregnancy-induced anemia. So in your 2nd trimester, I believe you do the gestational diabetes test, which I passed. I actually used the fresh test, thanks to some tips from other expecting mamas, like Michelle Reed. She talked about her experience getting the fresh test, and it's basically just like a cleaner option to what is it, like the glucose drink that you drink for the test. I had no problems with that, but they also check your blood for like iron levels and things like that, and I was extremely low. And so some of the symptoms that I had been experiencing, like shortness of breath and extreme fatigue and craving ice all the time, which, you know, my 2nd trimester was during the hottest time of the year. So, you know, you would think, oh, okay, it's just summertime. But I actually, now that things have been resolved a bit more in that regard, I realized that was definitely from anemia. Yeah, finding that out was hard. And it really affected me emotionally because I just had no energy. Basically, the only thing I had energy for was work. I didn't have energy for anything outside of work. And that was just extremely draining and discouraging for me. I just felt like a shell of myself. And I just started getting overwhelmed because there are so many things I wanted to do and learn in preparation, you know, to become a mother in just a few short months. And I didn't have the energy to do it. At the end of the day, I would just, you know, take a nap, and then it was time for dinner. And yeah, it was very just like emotionally challenging to feel so physically and mentally limited, if that makes sense. And that wasn't necessarily something I was like expecting during pregnancy, so that was a bummer. Symptoms wise, if you're experiencing any of those things, especially if you're just feeling extra tired, you know, definitely talk to your provider, reach out for support and help, especially if you're going through some of the medical things I went through, and am still going through. Yeah, I also have had really bad carpal tunnel, which I don't even know when I started having. I think it was probably towards the end of my 2nd trimester. I'm still dealing with it now. So, yeah, it's just interesting. Like, pregnancy is definitely a journey. It's, you know, I said in my 1st trimester recap video that I'm gonna make a separate video about my pregnancy journey over the past over 2 years now. So I'm definitely going to touch on some things in that video, but you know, has my pregnancy been symptom free and just like la la land? No, it hasn't. It's been quite actually of a medical experience for me personally, which you know, wasn't what I originally envisioned. But I am so grateful to all of my doctors, to my friends and family, my husband. Yeah, I'm just grateful to be able to have this experience. And I also know that the things that I'm going through, you know, are different than what you might be going through or what somebody else might be going through. And so, you know, it's important not to compare, but at the same time, I feel like my pregnancy has not been the easiest, but it also has not been the hardest. So yeah, another thing too is part of having no energy and also some food aversions meant that like I just did not really have it in me to cook still, which was really hard for me as somebody who liked to make like meals from scratch and who enjoyed cooking and providing, you know, nourishment for my family in that way. And so definitely relied on a lot of takeout this trimester, even though I started to get over like my food aversions to chicken and things like that. It still was just very, very challenging for me, and I was not expecting to have to struggle with food as much as I have during pregnancy. And so if you are also going through that, just know that you're not alone and that it's okay, and you just have to give yourself grace and do the best that you can. And so just to wrap up this video, overall I really enjoyed my second trimester. I felt like I did get some energy back in the beginning, and then as my trimester went on, I started having more symptoms of like fatigue and shortness of breath and things. And also I was just more pregnant. So, you know, it's gonna change as time goes on. But overall, it was just amazing to see our baby grow and to just interact with her. You know, I would like touch my belly in certain places and like feel her respond. And those moments were just so beautiful. One of my favorite moments was seeing like her little hand like pushing up on an ultrasound and moving inside me, which is just so surreal. And yeah, like I said earlier, this trimester really just highlighted the fact that like I'm pregnant, I'm growing an actual human being inside of me, and yeah, I'll get to meet her very soon. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope, if anything, you know, it just gave you solace and knowing that you're not alone if you're experiencing some of the things I experienced. If you're not, now you know what someone else could be experiencing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye.